People disappear all the time. Some run away, some are taken. Some never existed the way we thought they did. But Sarah Linton, she was different because Sarah spent her entire life trying to escape something. And when she finally vanished, the truth that followed destroyed an entire town. This is her story. Gray Ridge wasn't a place people visited. It was a place people ended up in, quietly, slowly, like a tired wave reaching the shore. A town built around fog, a town where people didn't ask questions, and a town where nobody truly knew each other. Sarah Linton had lived there for 5 years. She worked at a bookstore, walked to work, kept her eyes down, and avoided conversations. People thought she was shy, but she wasn't shy. She was hiding. Every night at exactly 10:13 p.m., her lights went off. Every morning at 5:45 a.m., she left her home. Same route, same timing, same expression. Fear buried under routine. Her neighbors whispered, "She's running from something." They were wrong. Sarah wasn't running. She was preparing. Two strangers arrived in Gray Ridge on a rainy Tuesday morning. Detective Mark Hayes and Detective Kia Thompson. They said they were investigating a simple theft case that crossed state lines. But that was a lie. Mark kept a folder in his jacket. Inside were 3 pictures of Sarah. Blurry, zoomed from old security footage. Kia kept checking over her shoulder as if someone followed them. People in town noticed. Gray Ridge notices everything. Quietly. Mark and Kia asked around, "Do you know this woman, Sarah Linton?" Everyone said yes, but nobody said anything useful, except one old man at the pier. He leaned close and whispered, "She's not who she says she is." 2 days later, Sarah disappeared. Her front door was unlocked. Her shoes were still by the mat. Her phone was on the counter, but her wallet gone. No signs of a struggle. No calls made, no messages sent. She simply vanished. Mark stood in her quiet living room and muttered, "She knew we were coming." Kia replied, "Or someone else got to her first." Neither was wrong.
Sarah's home looked ordinary, but when Mark opened a small locked drawer in her bedroom, everything changed. Inside were 3 different IDs, different names, different addresses, and a single passport with no stamps. The last name on the passport wasn't Linton. It was Sarah Cole. But she wasn't Sarah Cole either. Kia dug deeper. A missing woman from 7 years ago, Emily Cross, matched Sarah's bone structure. Emily Cross vanished without a trace. Her case was closed as presumed dead. But the autopsy never happened. The body they found was misidentified. Mark looked at the photo. "That's her," he whispered. "Sarah Linton is Emily Cross." But even Emily Cross wasn't real. Because the more they searched, the more people they found connected to her. College roommates, coworkers, neighbors. All dead. Car accidents, overdoses, fires, random crimes. Too many coincidences. Way too many. On the 3rd night of their investigation, a black SUV parked outside Sarah's house. No plates, tinted windows. The engine stayed running. Mark whispered, "Federal? Private contractor? Who the hell knows she's missing?" Kia didn't blink. Someone dangerous. The SUV left before sunrise, but it left one message taped to Sarah's front door. "We know who she is. Stop looking." Mark found a letter hidden inside the bathroom vent. Written in shaky handwriting. "If someone finds this, my name isn't Sarah. I was part of something I shouldn't have been. They're still looking for me. They don't want me back. They want to erase me." At the bottom was a name of a company. Novagen Laboratories. Kia's face drained of color. Novagen wasn't a company. It was a government-funded private contractor shut down after a scandal. Illegal experiments, human subjects, identity wipes, behavioral rewiring. Mark breathed. Oh my God, she was one of them.
7 years ago, Emily Cross worked as a data analyst at Novagen. She uncovered files that weren't supposed to exist. Reports about Project Merge, an operation designed to rebuild human identities, erase memories, rewrite behavior, reassign new lives. Emily tried to expose them, so they tried to terminate her. But she escaped and rebuilt herself as Sarah Linton. Novagen spent 7 years looking for her. They finally tracked her to Grey Ridge, and the detectives realized she didn't run away last week. She was taken. Mark and Kia followed her last known route. On a lonely forest trail, they found disturbed soil, fresh tire marks, and a broken necklace. Sarah's necklace, Emily's necklace. Suddenly, branches snapped behind them. A voice spoke. "Walk away, detectives. She was never yours to find." A man in black tactical gear raised a silenced weapon. But Mark and Kia weren't amateurs. Within minutes, the attacker was unconscious and handcuffed. But he refused to speak. Except one thing. She should have died 7 years ago. Now she will. They did find Sarah, miles away, unconscious but alive, in a remote cabin used by Novagen as a field site. She was weak, exhausted, terrified. She whispered, "I tried to disappear, but I was never allowed to live." Mark held her hand. "You're safe now." But she shook her head. "No, you don't understand. They didn't come for me because of what I know. They came because of what they did to me." Kia asked softly, "What did they do to you?" Sarah looked into their eyes and said, "I'm not the only one." 3 weeks later, Novagen was officially declared inactive. But Mark and Kia knew better. Because late one night, a package arrived at their office. No return address, no label. Inside were photos, dozens of them. Each photo showed a different person living quietly under a new identity. Ordinary people, all hiding, all watching their backs. And written on the last photo in red ink, "Find us before they do." The story was far from over.